Let me tell you something that most men never truly understand about women. And because they don't understand it, they keep repeating the same mistakes in relationships over and over again. It's not because men are bad people, it's because nobody ever taught them how women actually think, feel, and connect emotionally. Today we're going to talk about 5 psychological secrets about women that 97% of men don't know. Once you understand these, your entire perspective on relationships will change. Number 1, a woman listens more to how you say something than to what you say. One of the biggest mistakes many men make in relationships is believing that words alone carry the entire message. A man often focuses on the exact sentence he speaks, thinking that as long as the words sound reasonable, everything should be fine. But for many women, communication works very differently. It is not just about the words themselves, it is about the tone, the emotion, and the energy behind those words. When a woman listens to a man, she is not only hearing the sentence, she is observing how it is delivered. She notices the tone of your voice, the expression on your face, the way you look at her, and even the pauses between your words. All of these things send signals about how you truly feel. For example, imagine a woman asking a simple question like, "Is everything okay?" A man might reply with the words, "Yeah, I'm fine." From his perspective, the message is clear. He believes he answered the question. But if his tone sounds cold, distracted, or irritated, the woman will immediately feel that something is off. Even though the words say, "I'm fine," the emotional message says something completely different. Women are often very sensitive to emotional cues. They are naturally tuned in to subtle shifts in tone and body language. This ability allows them to sense sincerity, care, frustration, or distance even when it is not spoken directly. That is why the way something is said can sometimes matter more than the actual words. This also explains why certain conversations between men and women can turn into misunderstandings. A man may say something he thinks is neutral, but if it comes out sounding dismissive or impatient, it can unintentionally hurt her feelings. In his mind, he only spoke a sentence, but in her mind, she experienced the emotional message behind it. The truth is, tone communicates intention. A warm tone can turn a simple sentence into reassurance. A calm voice can turn a disagreement into a respectful discussion. But a harsh or careless tone can make even harmless words feel like criticism. For example, saying, "I understand," with genuine empathy feels completely different from saying the same words with frustration or sarcasm. The sentence is identical, yet the emotional impact is completely different. This is why emotional awareness and communication is so powerful. When a man speaks with patience, respect, and calm energy, it creates an atmosphere where a woman feels valued and understood. She is not just hearing his words, she is feeling the intention behind them. In strong relationships, communication is not only about exchanging information, it is about exchanging feelings. Words carry meaning, but tone carries emotion. And emotion is what people remember the most. So the next time you speak with a woman, remember this simple truth. She is not only listening to what you say, she is listening to how you say it. And sometimes that how speaks louder than the words themselves. Number 2, women don't just want attention. They want emotional presence. Many men believe that showing attention is enough to make a woman feel valued. They think if they send regular messages, buy gifts, plan dinners, or spend money, they are doing everything required to keep a relationship strong. While these gestures can be meaningful, they often miss the deeper need that many women have in a relationship. What most women truly want is emotional presence. Emotional presence means being fully there with her, not just physically sitting next to her, but mentally and emotionally engaged in the moment. It means when you are talking to her, your mind is not somewhere else. Your focus is not on your phone, work stress, or other distractions. Instead, you are genuinely present in the conversation and in the connection. A woman can quickly sense when a man is only halfway paying attention. Maybe he nods his head while scrolling through his phone, or he responds with short answers without really listening to what she is saying. In those moments, even if he is technically there, she may feel invisible or unimportant. Presence is different from attention. Attention can sometimes feel surface level, like sending a quick text, liking a photo, or buying a gift to make up for lost time. But emotional presence is deeper. It involves active listening, empathy, and real engagement. For example, when a woman talks about something important to her day, maybe a challenge she faced at work or something that made her happy, she is often not just sharing information. She is sharing a piece of her emotional experience. What she hopes for in that moment is not necessarily advice or solutions, but the feeling that the person she cares about is truly hearing her. When a man looks her in the eyes, listens carefully, and responds thoughtfully, it sends a powerful message: you matter to me. This type of presence creates a strong emotional connection. It builds trust and understanding because she feels seen, heard, and valued. On the other hand, when a man constantly appears distracted or disconnected, it slowly weakens that emotional bond. Even if he provides financially or offers material gifts, she may still feel something is missing. That missing piece is often emotional availability. One of the simplest but most powerful things a man can do is give his full attention in small moments. Put the phone down during conversations. Ask genuine questions. Show interest in what she is saying. These small actions communicate respect and care in ways that money or gifts never can. In reality, the strongest relationships are not built on grand gestures alone. They are built on consistent moments of genuine connection. Because when a woman feels that a man is truly present with her, when she feels that he listens, understands, and values her thoughts, it creates a bond that goes far beyond material things, and that kind of connection is something no amount of money can ever replace. Number 3, a woman tests a man's consistency, not his promises. Many men believe that the key to impressing a woman is saying the right words. They think if they promise the world, speak romantically, and make big emotional declarations, that will be enough to win her heart. Sweet words, beautiful compliments, and big promises may sound impressive in the moment, but they are not what truly builds a lasting connection. The truth is, most women have heard promises before. They have heard the romantic speeches. They have heard someone say, "I'll always be there for you," or "You're the most important person in my life." Words can sound wonderful, but words alone do not prove anything. What really matters to a woman is consistency. Consistency means that your actions match. Your words, it means that what you say today still holds true tomorrow. It means that your behavior does not change depending on your mood or the situation. A woman pays close attention to patterns. When she watches how you behave over time. Anyone can act charming and attentive in the beginning. Anyone can be romantic for a few days or weeks. But real character shows up in the long run. For example, if a man says he values her, does he continue to show respect even during disagreements? If he promises to support her, does he stand by her when life becomes difficult? If he says she matters to him, does he make time for her even when he is busy? These are the quiet tests of consistency that often happen in relationships. Women observe how a man behaves on ordinary days, not just special occasions. They notice whether he keeps his word, whether he follows through on commitments, and whether he treats them with the same care over time. Consistency is what builds trust, and trust is the foundation of every strong relationship. When a man consistently shows respect, honesty, and effort, a woman begins to feel secure. She knows what to expect from him. She feels confident that his words mean something because his actions repeatedly prove them true. On the other hand, inconsistency creates confusion. If a man is caring one day but distant the next, attentive one week but unavailable the next, it sends mixed signals. Over time, this uncertainty can slowly weaken the relationship because trust becomes difficult to maintain. Promises can be made in a moment, but consistency is demonstrated over time. That is why women often value small, steady actions more than grand gestures. Being reliable, showing up when you say you will, communicating honestly, and maintaining respect even during difficult moments. These are the behaviors that truly matter, because at the end of the day, love is not just about what someone says, it is about what they consistently do. And when a man proves through his actions that he is dependable, respectful, and genuine, he builds something far more powerful than promises. He builds trust. And without trust, love simply cannot survive. Number 4, when a woman feels emotionally safe, she becomes your biggest supporter. One of the most powerful gifts a man can give a woman is not money, not status, and not even grand romantic gestures. It is emotional safety. Emotional safety means creating an environment where a woman feels respected, valued, and free to express her true thoughts and feelings without fear of being judged or rejected. When a woman feels emotionally safe with a man, something remarkable happens. She begins to open her heart more fully. She shares her dreams, her fears, her hopes, and even the parts of herself she usually hides from the world. This level of openness creates a deep bond between two people. In that space of trust, a woman often becomes a man's greatest supporter. She celebrates his victories, encourages him during difficult moments, and stands beside him when life becomes challenging. Her loyalty grows stronger because she feels secure in the relationship. Emotional safety also allows a woman to be her authentic self. She does not feel the need to constantly protect her feelings or hide her vulnerabilities. Instead, she feels comfortable being honest, expressive, and emotionally connected. However, emotional safety is not something that happens automatically. It is built through consistent behavior over time. Simple things such as listening without interrupting, respecting her opinions, and responding with patience during disagreements can strengthen that sense of safety. On the other hand, when a woman repeatedly feels judged, ignored, or unappreciated, the emotional environment begins to change. If her feelings are dismissed or her concerns are treated as unimportant, she may start to protect herself emotionally. She may become quieter, less expressive, and more guarded. This process often happens slowly. At first, she might try to communicate her concerns and hope things improve. But if the same patterns continue, criticism, lack of attention, or emotional distance, she may gradually begin to close the emotional door. When that door begins to close, the connection in the relationship weakens. Conversations become more surface level, trust becomes fragile, and the deep emotional bond that once existed can start to fade. Reopening that emotional door is not easy. Once someone has learned to protect their feelings, it takes time, patience, and genuine change to rebuild that trust. That is why emotional safety should never be taken lightly. The strongest relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. When a man creates a space where a woman feels heard, valued, and supported, she naturally responds with loyalty, care, and encouragement. In many ways, emotional safety becomes the foundation of a healthy partnership. It allows both people to grow together, support each other, and face life's challenges as a team, because when a woman truly feels safe in a relationship, she does not hold back her support. She becomes someone who believes in you, stands beside you, and pushes you to become the best version of yourself. And that kind of support is one of the most powerful forces a relationship can have. Number 5, a woman remembers how you make her feel, not just what you do. One of the most important truths many men learn too late is that people may forget the exact words you said or the specific things you did, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. For many women, emotional experiences leave a deep and lasting impression that stays in the heart long after the moment has passed. Years from now, a woman may not remember every conversation you had together. She may not recall every small detail of a particular day or every activity you shared, but what she will remember clearly is the emotional atmosphere of the relationship. She will remember whether she felt appreciated when she was with you. She will remember whether your presence made her feel calm, supported, and important. And she will also remember if she ever felt ignored, disrespected, or taken for granted. Emotions have a powerful way of shaping memories. When a woman consistently feels valued and respected, those feelings become connected to the relationship itself. Being around you begins to feel like a safe and positive place for her. Your presence becomes associated with comfort, warmth, and trust. Simple actions often create these emotional impressions. Taking the time to listen when she speaks, acknowledging her efforts, or showing gratitude for the things she does can make her feel recognized and appreciated. These small gestures may seem ordinary in the moment, but emotionally they carry a great deal of meaning. Respect also plays a major role in how she remembers the relationship. When a man treats a woman's opinions, feelings, and boundaries with genuine respect, it sends the message that she truly matters. That sense of importance strengthens the emotional bond between two people. On the other hand, repeated negative feelings can leave deep marks as well. If a woman frequently feels dismissed, criticized, or unimportant, those emotional experiences begin to shape how she views the relationship. Even if good moments exist, the emotional weight of feeling unvalued can overshadow them. This is why emotional awareness is so important in any relationship. It is not only about the actions themselves, but about the emotional message behind those actions. A thoughtful conversation can make someone feel deeply understood. A moment of patience during a difficult discussion can create trust. A simple act of kindness can remind someone that they are truly cared for. Over time, these emotional moments build the story of the relationship. They become the feelings that remain long after specific events fade from memory. In the end, relationships are not remembered as a list of actions or events. They are remembered as a collection of feelings, moments of warmth, respect, support, and connection. So if you want a relationship that leaves a positive and lasting impression, focus not only on what you do, but on how your actions make the other person feel. Because long after the details disappear, the feelings will remain. And those feelings are what truly define the meaning of the relationship. Understanding women is not about memorizing rules or trying to control a relationship. It is about learning to see the emotional side of connection that many people often overlook. When a man understands that tone matters more than words, that presence is more valuable than attention, and that consistency means more than promises, he begins to build something deeper than attraction. Real relationships grow through trust, respect, and emotional safety. When a woman feels heard, valued, and supported, she naturally opens her heart and gives her loyalty and care in return. These small psychological truths may seem simple, but they shape the foundation of strong and lasting relationships. The reality is that love is not just about big gestures or perfect words. It is about how two people make each other feel every single day. When you focus on understanding instead of guessing, communication becomes stronger, trust becomes deeper, and the relationship becomes more meaningful for both people. Play